Breaking news. Withdraw military from southeast. Asari Dokubo's Biafra de facto government to federal government. The news details. The de facto customary government of Biafra led by Alhaji Mujahid Asari Dokubo has urged the federal government to suspend all military operations in the southeast and all Igbo territories, and as well withdraw soldiers from the zones. In a statement by the head of information and communication of the group, Uche Mefo, it also condemned extrajudicial killings in the zone. He also declared that his group condemned the wanton destruction of lives and properties in the zone by state and non-state actors, irrespective of their motives. He advised various agitators that engaging in dialogue and going through a democratic process is the best way of solving their problems. That the proponents of the self-annihilating strategy must be reminded that in reality, the best way to be in control of political power is by engaging and by going through the democratic process itself, or they will otherwise, and in effect, be aiding and abetting the same Fulani-controlled Nigerian state to all the more heavily militarized Biafra land, impose a state of emergency, kill more Biafrans, ultimately rig the elections and fraudulently install their stooges, he said. He also emphasized that elections must hold in Anambra State. In line with this pronouncement, the de facto customary government of Biafra affirms that elections in Anambra State and elsewhere in Biafra land must hold in accordance with the extant laws, that any boycott of the Anambra elections and otherwise elsewhere remains fruitless, counterproductive, and would be incapable of invalidating the electoral process because a winner must emerge eventually, he said. The group gave its full support to the sit-at-home order called by IPOB in the southeast, however, opposing its forceful implementation. The group, de facto customary government of Biafra, welcomes any civil disobedience measures taken by Biafrans in response or protest to the violations of their fundamental human rights and freedoms, and which advances the ever-legitimate Biafran cause. In this regard, and with particular reference, any sit at home in line with the above statement objective, which is voluntary, is welcome. However, any violent enforcement of such exercise leading to the forcible restriction of movements, destruction of businesses, lives and properties in Biafra land must be challenged, Mefos stated. Asari Dokubo's Biafra de facto government said to the federal government that they should withdraw military personnel from the southeast. The military personnel are also causing violence in the southeast region of Nigeria because they are also opening fire to the IPOB members, to the militants. That the group has condemned the destruction of lives and properties in the zone. That the group is not about destruction, it's not about killings. And is saying that the Anambra state election that is going to hold November 6 will hold. Nothing will stop the Anambra election. both in Anambra and all the Biafra land that will be having their own elections later. Because a winner must emerge. They must have a governor. So, any form of the elections, anybody that want to hold say the election will not hold, is doing his or herself, because the election must hold. Although they give full support to the sit-at-home order called by IPOB in the southeast. However, the group is opposing its forceful implementation. The group is supposed to look at the people, put the people in heart, not only their own. They are not supposed to force people to obey the order, sit at home. It's supposed to be voluntarily. The group now are going and saying they are opposing the forceful sit at home. Any violent enforcement of the sit at home order leading to the forcible restriction of movements, destruction of businesses, lives, and properties in Biafra land must be challenged. It must be challenged. Now, who is Asari Dokubo? Asari Dokubo. Born Melford Dokubo Goodhead Jr. He was born on June 1, 1964. Mujahid Asari Dokubo had lead the Niger Delta People's Volunteer Force, who is the military group that has been operating for the oil-rich southern Nigeria until 2009. In 2009, the then President Yar'Adua federal government forgave them by announcing amnesty program for all Niger Delta militants. Before the amnesty program, we saw Asari Dokubo and his followers give up in militancy struggle and submitting their arms to the government. The militant group have blown up crude oil pipelines, and the PVF militant group. They have also been involved in kidnap expatriates for international oil companies to drive home the message of their struggle. Mujahid Asari Dokubo have been arrested under the civilian administration of President Olusegun Obasanjo for 2007 on top accused of treason. Thank you for listening to this news. Do have a pleasant day and God bless you.